I don't have much time. I can't keep you for very long. But I think we need to talk, hang out a little bit. So I'm going to do my skincare. But first, this one yelled at me. I just got done having like the most beautiful self-care, maintenance, shower and whatnot. I hope you guys are taking care of yourselves too. This deck, if you've been with me before, the African Gods Oracle, is actually 2 decks. There are 4 new, full, waning, and waxing moon cards. And then I believe this deck is 16. I think. I'll have to look, but 2 different decks is the point within the same one. Egionile. The tongue is the whip of the body. And appropriate, full moon. Fully living the powers of the universe. So, let's get to reading, and then let's get to... This is a negative aspect. The keywords here listed are gets sick of things easily, flexible ethics and morals, has violent passions, impulsive and vindictive, tendency to pretend and lie, enjoys intrigue, and lives surrounded by confusion and falsehood. Under the regency of Odu Egionile, you're already tired of so much confusion and persecution. But, honestly, how many of them have you not brought upon yourself? As much as you make a conscious effort to remain aloof from the intrigues and lies of the world around you, there is an inner force that discreetly pushes you towards them, making it seem as if you flee from confusion, but confusion runs after you. Or is it the other way around? If in its positive aspect, the Odu Egiogbe guarantees great conquests and victories, in its negative aspect, called Egionile, it becomes fate's cruelest boss. In this way, the subtle difference between ambition and greed, or telling a lie and hiding the truth, must be learned urgently. No matter how often you feel that the universe conspires against you and that the people around you seek to take what is rightfully yours. The universe is a reflection of what you emanate to it, and you know better than anyone how to use words and situations to your advantage. And that is not necessarily a bad thing. However, the ways and means used can be. Therefore, it is time to look inside and judge yourself and your attitudes with the same critical sense that you use for the outside world. Self-responsibility is necessary for you to realize your personal revolution. Achieving all your dreams and goals and surpassing the expectations that you and the world have placed on your shoulders, and that weight, I know, is a big and painful weight. By overcoming the challenges that fate has set for you and discovering your true inner self, oblivious to the masks that have been imposed on you throughout your life, you will be able to achieve much more than you imagine. For this, however, it is necessary to put the lies aside and admit your mistakes and limitations. You can try to deceive the whole world, but you can never truly deceive yourself. Egionile's shadow meditation. If the tongue is the soul of the whip, how do I observe and manage my thoughts and words in order to define what energies I put out to the universe, knowing that all that goes comes back around. What am I communicating, verbally and non-verbally, to the people around me? And am I honestly prepared for the setbacks and other responses of the universe to the vibrations I give out? So, I passed it. Alright, for the full moon card. This is the phase when the moon is most visible and bright. We just had a full moon yesterday. Raining full in the sky. It is during this period that the spiritual energies reach their peak and consolidate, vibrating strongly and therefore strengthening the achievement and fulfillment of your goals. At the same time, it is also the phase when things can get a little bit out of control, and its energy has grown and expanded, and it's now reaching the most intense and powerful time. With this in mind, if a negative Odu presents during your consultation, it's time to take a step back, try to put things in perspective, and don't despair. 11:44 on my clock. Don't despair. Just like the moon, every situation in life has its phases, and things will change soon. Of course, for it to be good for you, it's fundamental that you understand your responsibility over all that is happening to you right now. This deck is an ego death deck. And I think that there is a bit of stigma around being asked to let go of things that you yourself created responsibility around. Memento Mori. We are allowed to feel that support is needed. It's true. Whoever I'm talking to, you strike me as a very borderline hyper-independent person. And for what it was for you in your past life, what it was for you in your past life, the survival part of your past life, it worked. Rice niacinamide toner. It worked because you needed it. You needed to survive to get to the thrive. Thriving, though, is not exclusively everything working out the way you specifically want it to work out. I think it's a lot to judge yourself constantly. But a lack of self-editing is something that we are all very much guilty of. The difference is, if you know better, you should do better. Something I just recently realized is that performative piety, Hatumugi skin conditioner. I don't think you can see it, but your ego makes you believe that you are the center of the universe. And people often get that confused with thinking highly of themselves, but if your narrative is that you are constantly the victim and you have no support and no help, and you are constantly at odds with the universe and the divine hates you and everything bad always happens to you, and you just, that's why you A, B, and C, you know, people with trust issues and stuff like that, you know, long-term trust issues. Like, I'm not talking about, like, there's those of you who are in, like, the very beginning stages of a healing journey that have been victimized. 100% not talking to you. You need to speak your truth. You need to acknowledge what happened. You need to relinquish shame. Sometimes there's shame involved in that. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm referring to are those of us who, this is like nature's botanicals. Someone at an event that I went to gave this to me. They handmade it, and it's supposed to be oh no, it's nature's Botox oils is what it says. So I can't recommend it necessarily because it was a gift, like a handmade gift. But I do have the lady's number, so I could probably get more, but just got it. Yes, there are certain people I'm talking to that have the answers. They're not processing grief. And I have a lot of compassion when I say this. I'm not trying to be like, quit your bitching, because no, like, if you were done wrong, talk about it. That is a way of release. It's when you know that there is a time of mourning and you can choose when to come out of that time of mourning because you are no longer in that space. You are thriving. You are okay. You have been taken care of. You've been brought out of it. It is no longer your lifestyle and therefore no longer a fear that you should have. The only thing you need to be doing is making the decisions counter to what you now are aware had you involved in those spaces. And that's not victim blaming. That's literally, I see that despite the fact that I know it's not good for me, I am attracted to ABC, and it's completely counter to where I want to be. Like, that's the trap of perpetual victimhood. If you're always a victim, the universe is always going to give you experiences to help you learn. It's supposed to help you learn, bro. They will continue to give you things to grow you, and until you learn that lesson, you will continue down the path of lessons. I do believe it's interesting that the universe communicates this way. Face serum oil. Everything that you think you become. If you desire something, you have to be intentional about communicating and conveying your desires. All the universe hears you say is the thing that you're obsessing over, not your victimhood. It's not responding to you and your victimhood. A lot of people are, though, very blessed because of the victimization that occurred. And you will be blessed regardless. But when was the last time you, instead of validating the pain, you encouraged the bliss, the joy. The comfort, the peace. How often do you overindulge in trust issues? As you know, or if you don't know, if you're new here, hi, welcome. And these are usually for myself. These are usually for me. I need to hear these things. This thing is probably expired and you definitely probably can't find it anywhere, but I'm using it, so. What do you spend most of your time reflecting on? Is it wrong to focus on at times the BS? Yes, actually. People who are traumatized due to the manipulation of people pleasing, like, you do need to unpack some things and unlearn a lot. You are neither better or worse than any other human being that exists or has existed, unless you set your intentions toward the either or. Thinking you're better than everyone or less than everyone instead of balanced and equal with everyone. That polarized pattern of thought is still detrimental ego. It is still an out of balanced position to take. One of my eyelashes just, and I was like, the Road to Emos Wild Yam Cream. Apply as needed. Didn't show you that. Another gift given to me that I'm very excited to use. I think it's super, super important to keep in mind that yes, shit happens. It's not cool. It's good to acknowledge, hey, like, I've been a little shit to people. I'm no better than anyone, but it's also, like, good to say, that's not who I am. And me trying to overcompensate compassion heard that. Overcompensating compassion? Oh, that's a bite. You think so highly of yourself and so lowly of yourself, and it's still the same unbalanced, what's the term I'm thinking of? It's an unbalanced regard for yourself. You think too much of yourself, even in a negative way. It's the same thing. It was the worm moon, wormy. So this Manuka honey day cream. You think too much of yourself, is what I'm hearing. You have this idea in your head that you are so much. Like, you're so much. And the divine didn't call you to that because you are naturally without all of that noise and all the lies that you've been told and have been repeatedly telling yourself. You think so much of yourself when you can just think of yourself without being too much or too little. There is a balanced way to look at the self. I do have a challenge for you. I'm going to reread a little bit of this full moon energy. Yes. Time to take a step back. Try to put things in perspective and don't despair. Just like the moon, every situation in life has its phases and things will change soon. Of course, for it to be good for you, it's fundamental that you understand your responsibility over all that is happening to you right now. And you need support. Take a step back to planet Earth. Handmade, all natural lip balm. Take a step back. Enter into planet Earth again. Stop trying to overcomplicate this. Call your friends. Ask them to come visit you. Share a drink and an ear. Get out of your head. Gotta get out of that head of yours. You can look at that part of you that is controlling, and you can look at it with compassion, with understanding, with love and kindness, and instead of destroying it, say, we need to reestablish your role. Look in the mirror and say, we need to reestablish your role. The only thing you're supposed to be controlling is the self. Everybody else, everything else out there, not your job. I love you. What can you control? You can control how you think about yourself. If you can let other people's words do spell work on you enough to become smaller in their space, then you can take a step back, go to your support system, and allow yourself to be poured into, and reimagine yourself not as better. I know the fear of going from feeling worthless to feeling over bloated is there, but I think that living in the binaries and the polars is usually extreme, no matter which direction. Just balance out. Instead of being polar, coast on the horizon, on the equator of your life. What does that meeting in the middle look like? Tumultuous at times, yes. Raging seas. But also, like, beautiful, abundant, prosperous weather and climate too. Thank the universe that you can breathe in and out. They're babies right now, traveling in a different realm than they were supposed to. That didn't get the chance that you have right now to pause. To reassess, to get some perspective and support. You can look at yourself and say, they are there. The potential. So think outside of potential. Think into your perspective. Think about the many directions in which you can navigate. The tongue is the whip of the soul. It's powerful. It's spell work. It's part of the divine coding of divine children. Of a being who can speak anything into existence. We have that gift too. So speak over yourself. Not, I am amazing and better than anyone, and not, oh, I need to watch it because I'm such a bad person. It's, I am endless potential and I choose to be balanced. I choose to be peace. I choose to be love. And that is content. I hope you call a friend. I hope this was a good opportunity for you to hang out and take care of yourself. And I hope that you can look in the mirror with love, with compassion, with care, with shameless curiosity. I don't know who I'm talking to. You know me, I have like 15 billion emotional support drinks. Today, we are drinking tea, also a gift. This puka tea, and I think it's like a love flavor with lavender and chamomile. And I put some local honey in here because the South has like different kind of pollen. Just saying. And my ass has been picking wildflowers and drying and brewing them in oils for hair oils and body oils and stuff. So I'm super excited, but the allergies are kicking my ass. Oh, it's lovely though. I hope you were able to take a second, breathe life into yourself. You don't breathe in and out as a human being for the sake of everyone else. You are not alive to worry about everything. You are alive to experience this thing. I love you. Be good beans. I don't know, the divine just wants us to sit here for a little bit. It's so simple and yet so heavy. It's okay to take that in. You are only what you believe you truly are and what you truly believe you deserve. You are also not immune to cycles, and you choose the cycles. I think about a lot of people who tell me they can't do things, they just can't. And I have compassion because I knew, only 2 years ago, I knew there's nothing I can do about wanting to die. I knew that I couldn't heal and flourish and have a better life, the life of my dreams. But I couldn't have it. I knew it. There was nothing anyone could do to help me. I was born just to feel like I have to die. And I smell good. I'm here and I'm alive and I'm doing skincare in front of a camera and picking up cards. I'm sharing divine space and presence with people that I do not know and that do not know me. Never in my wildest dreams. And that's the cool thing about being alive, is every single day I get to learn something else and still choose to be alive and be alive on my terms. And it does involve a lot of loving still, but loving intuitively. Balance. You don't have to get rid of your abundance of love to have peace and abundance, and you don't have to. You don't have to martyr or flagellate yourself anymore. You don't have to control everything around you to balance your own energies anymore. I'm talking to people who know that all they have to do is take their hands off the wheel and trust themselves to be led where you're supposed to be led. Hell yeah.